Welcome back students. Now in this part, I will be telling you about various compounds of the oxygen family, which obviously sulfur possesses, and in oxygen I have O2 and ozone, which I will be teaching in this part. So let's proceed for that. Hi students, now I will discuss some of the compounds of oxygen family. So here we go. So the first is H2S, hydrogen sulfide. Now it mainly occurs in volcanic eruptions, volcano, or sewage gases, coal gas, and in spring waters. How do I prepare it? The laboratory preparation is, I take sulfides, like FeS, and then I pass on to the acids. Here I have taken sulfuric acid. This will give me FeSO4 plus H2S. Similarly, if I take Sp2S3 plus, I will again pass it to HCl, any acid, mineral acid, then I will get my H2S. Okay. Notice the physical property. It is also a colorless gas, and rotten eggs smell. Many times you must have here rotten egg smell, H2S. Okay. It is heavier than air. And obviously I told you, other than water, H2O, all the hydrides, they are what? Poisonous. So this is written here that it is poisonous in nature. If I talk for the chemical properties, then obviously it will burn with oxygen with a blue flame, and it gives SO2. And if I restrict the supply of oxygen, then it's actually the incomplete combustion. So it only gives me sulfur, not sulfur dioxide. And thermally, if I just decompose it, heat it at some temperature, see such a huge temperature. So this will get dissociated, decomposed into H2 and S totally. This is called thermal decomposition. Let's now talk about the action on salts. Suppose I am adding H2S on salt, suppose here copper sulfate. So it will forming copper sulfides. Here also it will forming lead sulfide. Here also it will forming cadmium sulfide. So their sulfides it will make. It will make their sulfide. Means it is able to replace the other hydrogen. Means its hydrogen is getting replaced by the other element. And these are the black in color. Your HGS, CUS and PBS. These sulfides are black in color. This question has been already asked in JEE last year, I guess. Yeah, last year. And this is brown in color, Bi2S3. So this is important. Already been asked in JEE. Next important compound is ozone, guys. Ozone. So it was again a rotten smell, compound. So this 16 group is a rotten egg smell compound group total. So it was discovered by Van Merum in 1758, and the formula was given by Suraj. He pointed out that the ozone is an allotrope of oxygen only, nothing else. It is just a form of it. So ozone prevents the living world from UV radiation which is coming out from the sun. So just the atmosphere layer, just in the atmosphere layer, there is ozone layer also, which is protecting us from the UV rays coming out from the sun. Which lies 12 to 15 miles above the Earth's surface. How do I prepare it? I prepare it by electric discharge method of the dry oxygen. I pass the electric current to it, and the molecules that dissociate and they will again combine to form my O3. O3. How do I recover pure ozone from the ozonized oxygen? The pure ozonized oxygen is passed through a spiral cooled by liquid air. So we cool that ozonized oxygen, and then we get the pure ozone. So it condenses, and the temperature is very less. That is liquid ozone. At that point, we get. And the liquid is fractionally distillated to get the pure ozone also. So fractional distillation is what, guys? Fractional distillation is just based upon the boiling points. Suppose we have different solutions. okay, we have different solutions, and we know that all of them have what? Different boiling points. So according to the boiling point, we can collect it, okay, either by upper downward method, okay, or downward upward method. So that is known as a fractional distillation. So here also we can collect it out. And these are some of the ozone forming reactions. When a fluorine will react with water, okay, then a mixture of also ozonized oxygen is formed. Also, by the action of UV rays, oxygen can be converted into ozone. And the third method is your electrolysis of the acidified water with high current density and platinum anode. If I talk about the physical properties, then again it is rotten smell with pale blue color, and it can be liquefied into pale blue liquid, okay, if we reach addicts and convert into white black crystal. It is heavier than air, and solubility is slightly soluble in water but more soluble in turpentine oil, and the glacial acetic acid. Glacial acetic acid means very cold one, or CCl4. It causes headache and nausea when inhaled in small amount. So beware, do not inhale ozone layer, okay, or ozonized oxygen. Next chemical property is your decomposition. So it is very unstable, and if you just heat it, okay, it will decompose. Now this acts as a good bleaching agent, okay, good bleaching agent due to the release of your nascent oxygen, O, and with that nascent oxygen, when it will combine with that substance, okay, it bleaches oil, flour, starches, everything. So that's why it is known as a good bleaching agent. And for formation of ozonides, ozone forms ozonides when they react with unsaturated organic compounds which contain double bonds. So this you must have studied in class 11th, general organic chemistry, right? There is a reaction known as ozonolysis. I hope everybody remembers that. Right? In general organic chemistry, you will learn this. Ozonolysis. So it is that thing only, the formation of ozonides when I have double bond, and then when I insert, there is a hut kind of structure, right, get developed, and when you pass it through water, both the hut, they will crack, okay, and you will get your products. Very nice. Here also it is written, see, ozonolysis. How do we test ozone? We test ozone by its strong rotten smell. That is the first thing. If that smell we are not able to, suppose I am feeling cold one day, okay, I am having a cold one day and I am not feeling that strong smell. So it's, if I pass any metal, okay, it will lose its fluidity in contact with it, okay. Also it will turn an alcoholic solution of benzenide solution to brown or violet. Also the starch iodide paper, it will turn blue. So these are some of the tests of ozone. Next compound is of sulfur. So sulfur, how is it obtained? By fresh process through the underground deposit. So the underground, they are melted through heating, okay, by steam, and then I obtain my molten sulfur, which is taken out, and with the help of compression and all, we then pure it. We try to pure it. Also from natural gas also, it can be recovered from the natural gas which separates out H2S by absorption, and then converting this H2S into sulfur by the following reactions. First, what happens? Your SO2 is formed, okay, and then passing more of H2S in the presence of catalyst Fe2O3, you will get your sulfur. Now let's talk about the allotropes of sulfur, the forms in which the sulfur exists. So one is S8 molecule. That is your rhombic one, okay, rhombic sulfur. It is also known as alpha sulfur. It has bright yellow color and it is insoluble in water and carbon disulfide. Density is given and it is 8 molecules in total, that's why S8 molecules. Next is monoclinic sulfur, that is a beta sulfur. It is a beta sulfur and it is soluble in carbon disulfide but insoluble in still water. It also exists as S8 molecules, okay? And it differs from the rhombic sulfur in the symmetry of crystal. Third is your gamma sulfur or plastic sulfur. So it is obtained by pouring that molten sulfur to the cold water. And it is insoluble in both the things, in water as well as your carbon disulfide. So after modifying everything, okay, 6 to 20 sulfur atoms per ring has been artificially synthesized, and in cyclo S6 the ring adopts the chain form the dimension. If I have S6 rings, it will form the dimension, chain form. Next important compound of sulfur is your sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid, which is also known as what? Oil of vitriol. It is manufactured by contact process. This is your H6 molecule which I was talking about. So this is all about the compounds of oxygen family. Next, we are going to learn about halogen family. Stay tuned. If you have any doubts in this chapter, you can log on to www.askIITians.com. There you can go to our discussion board and you can post your question by choosing your category. You have to select your category and you can post your question here. We experts at Ask IITians will answer to your question or doubts within 24 to 48 hours. So students, in this part we saw about the extraction of sulfur as a fresh process. Also we saw different allotropic form of sulfur in which it exists, like a monoclinic, rhombic sulfur. Also we get to know about ozonoids. What are ozonoids? Now in the next part I'll be telling you about the most electronegative elements which are present in the whole periodic table. So that also comes in the P block, that is the halogen family. So stay tuned with me for that.